Imagine you're walking through a crowded street, scrolling on your phone, when suddenly, you hear a loud car horn. In less than a second, you jump out of the way. How did your brain know exactly what to do? What if I told you your brain performed thousands of calculations and decisions in that moment? Let's take a journey inside the incredible human brain and explore how it works. The human brain is often called the most complex organ in the universe. Weighing just about 3 pounds, it controls every thought, movement, emotion, and memory. But let's dive deeper. How does this small organ manage to handle millions of tasks at once? 1. Neurons. The brain's building blocks. At the core of the brain's functionality are neurons. These specialized cells form the communication network of the brain. You have about 86 billion neurons, each capable of forming thousands of connections with other neurons. These connections are the reason you can read, breathe, feel emotions, and even make sense of what I'm saying right now. Imagine neurons like roads on a map, constantly sending and receiving information to keep you alive and thriving. Each time you think or move, your neurons fire off electrical signals. When enough signals are sent, your brain processes the information. For example, when you touch something hot, the neurons in your fingertips instantly send a message to your brain, which quickly reacts by telling your hand to pull away. 2. The brain's fast response system. Reflexes. Let's talk about reflexes. Earlier, when you jumped away from that car horn, your brain's reflex system kicked in. Reflexes are automatic responses that bypass conscious thought. This is why you move even before realizing the danger. Your brainstem, one of the oldest parts of the brain, controls these basic survival mechanisms. Example, real-life reflex. Have you ever touched a hot pan by accident? You probably noticed your hand pulling away before you even registered the pain. That's because your spinal cord, part of your nervous system, takes action before the brain can fully process the information. This is an amazing evolutionary trait that has helped humans survive in dangerous situations for millions of years. 3. How memories are formed. Now, let's explore something we all experience: memories. Why can you vividly recall your childhood friend's face or the smell of your favorite food, but sometimes forget where you left your keys? The part of your brain responsible for forming and retrieving memories is the hippocampus. Each time you experience something new, the hippocampus processes that information and stores it in long-term memory, like files in a computer. But memories aren't stored as static snapshots. They're dynamic and can change over time. For example, the smell of freshly baked cookies may instantly remind you of your grandmother's kitchen, even though that memory happened years ago. This emotional connection is thanks to the amygdala, which works closely with the hippocampus to link emotions to memories. Example, emotional memory. Let's say you're walking through a park, and you hear a song playing that you used to listen to during high school. Without even thinking, memories flood back of friends, parties, or even the stress before exams. That's because your brain stores not just the facts of an event but the feelings that came with it. 4. Decision-making. The balancing act. Ever wonder how your brain decides between simple choices, like choosing between pizza or salad for dinner? It's not as straightforward as it seems. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning, reasoning, and decision-making, analyzes countless factors before you even realize you're weighing the options. But it doesn't work alone. Your limbic system, which handles emotions and desires, also influences your decisions. Sometimes, your emotional brain overrides the logical one, making you choose that pizza over salad, even though you plan to eat healthy. Example, impulse decision. Think about the last time you impulsively bought something. You didn't need it, but something told you, go for it. That's your emotional brain in action, nudging your decision-making process before your logical brain catches up. 5. Sleep, the brain's reset button. Have you ever wondered why sleep is so important for your brain? When you're asleep, your brain is far from idle. It's busy processing the day's events, forming memories, and even cleaning itself. Your brain uses this downtime to flush out toxins that build up during the day through a process called the glymphatic system. Example, sleep and memory. Ever notice how after a good night's sleep, everything seems clearer, and your thoughts are sharper? That's because during deep sleep, Your brain is actively strengthening memories and learning from the previous day. This is why students are often told, get a good night's sleep before a big exam. It literally helps you remember more. 6. The power of focus and multitasking. Live in a world of constant distractions. But did you know that your brain can't actually multitask the way we think? When you try to do multiple things at once like texting and driving, your brain is actually switching focus rapidly between tasks, not handling them simultaneously. Your prefrontal cortex is responsible for focus and attention. Every time you shift tasks, your brain uses more energy, which is why multitasking can lead to burnout and fatigue. Example, the myth of multitasking. Ever tried working while watching TV, only to realize you missed half of what was happening? That's your brain at work. It can't effectively process two complex tasks at the same time, which is why focusing on one thing at a time leads to better results. 7. Neuroplasticity, the brain's superpower. One of the most amazing abilities of the brain is neuroplasticity, which means it can change and adapt over time. Even as you grow older, your brain continues to form new connections and reorganize itself, especially when you learn new skills or recover from injury. For example, if you've ever tried learning a new language or instrument as an adult, you've experienced neuroplasticity firsthand. Each time you practice, your brain is building new pathways to strengthen that skill. The human brain is truly remarkable. From reflexes to memories, decision-making to neuroplasticity, it controls every aspect of your life, often without you even realizing it. So the next time you make a quick decision or recall an old memory, take a moment to appreciate the incredible power behind your brain. And if you want to keep learning amazing facts about the world around us, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss what's coming next.